They will have severe enemies that they're not going to leave them alone. That's why inshallah also I have a plan in Khutbat al-Jum'ah. Inshallah we're going to study Surah Al-Imran. We're going to have Surah Al-Imran from the beginning to the end. Inshallah on the minbar. Could take us 1 year, 2 years, it doesn't matter. But we will focus on these matters because we have it nowadays. Big problems in the ummah that most people they forget about the divine laws of Allah. You're the guardian? Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, brother. He doesn't give. Okay. Assalamu alaikum, mashallah. May Allah bless them. Say Ameen. Ameen. I know. Jazakallah khair. So we're going to have, more focus on these issues to understand the divine laws of Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala, which is called as-sunan al-ilahiyya. Sunan al-ilahiyya, and every era we need to understand how things goes, how things happen. To understand this very well, we have to have a comprehensive understanding of your religion, to have, relaxed and comfortable and good faith in Allah Azza wa Jal, not hesitant or shaken faith. Before Ramadan, we were talking about Seerah. We talked about the argumentations of the non-believers when they argued a lot with the Prophet ﷺ. In many issues, they were arguing the verses of the Quran and so on, asking for miracles. They just, for the sake of argumentations, they love to do this a lot. And Allah talked about this a lot. And they kept hurting the Prophet ﷺ, the companions of the Prophet ﷺ. Different stages and levels of pain and hardships. They used to do that. Till the time of migration. So now as Muslim, you suffered a lot, you were patient for a long time, you're not going to give up with your religion. You're not going to tell people, hey, this is my religion, I leave it. Guys, you hurt me because of my religion, so I'm going to leave it. So none of them decide something like this. They decide to have another option. And Muslim all the time must think this way. If this way is not working, I have to think about another way or a different style so that I can continue with life. And subhanAllah, this is important in everything you do. When it comes to learning, if you learn something, sometimes you stuck. You do memorization and you start with the surahs that you know. You finish 3 juz, mashallah. And after finishing 3 juz, you go to surahs that you never read before. Then you become stuck. Whenever you take a page, you come to Sheikh, you don't want to read. You cannot read. You have a lot of things. You were spending like 30 minutes in memorization. Now you spend 2 hours and you're not memorizing. No, it's not going to work. So people, they give up. There are different ways. You have to think about different options. And you ask Allah guidance. Oh Allah, guide me. Allahumma waffiqni wa saddidni. Never leave that dua. Allahumma waffiqni wa saddidni, regarding issues of marriage and families. Allahumma waffiqni wa saddidni, regarding issues of learning. Allahumma waffiqni wa saddidni, regarding your business, regarding your job, your career, your field, Allahumma waffiqni wa saddidni, oh Allah, give me guidance and success. Because I cannot do the right decision. I cannot make the right decision. You're the one, Ya Allah, who guides. So give me the guidance and success. Allahumma waffiqni wa saddidni, all the time. And the dua of people of the cave, we said it before, Allahumma hayyi li min amri rashada. Give me the best of my deeds, the best opinion, the best option, decision. Allahumma hayyi li min amri rashada. You keep making this dua, Allah will guide you to a different option that never came to your mind. And then you make istikhara. You make istikhara, you ask Allah the consultation, the advice from Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala. So you get more guidance. Ask Allah everything. Ask Allah everything you need. And seek the help of Allah regarding everything you have in life. You see? So when it happened that they were stuck with the hardships, the difficulties, they did not give up with the religion. They decided, after Allah's permission, that He permitted them and ordered them to migrate. and they chose the right place according to the knowledge that Allah gave to Prophet ﷺ to travel to Al-Habasha, Abyssinia. You know, so we have two migrations to Habasha, Abyssinia, before the migration to Medina. It happened two times. The first time it was in Shahr Rajab, the month of Rajab, at the 5th year after prophethood. So Prophet ﷺ, he was 40 years old when he got the prophethood, the message. After 5 years of difficulties, Allah allowed the believers to migrate to Al-Habasha. At the beginning, they were 11 men and 4 women. I want you to imagine the map in your mind. Now you're talking about Mecca, the Red Sea, Abyssinia, Ethiopia today. It's a very long distance, and it's very long and dangerous journey. What's the point here? The point that to keep the truth, you need to sacrifice. And this sacrifice sometimes differs. Someone can sacrifice with money to keep his religion safe. I have a lot of money. Why I don't send my kids to the Islamic school? For example, it's so expensive. Why not? I will do my best. Why don't bring them private teachers home or on Zoom, virtual, to teach them more? I will spend more, but I will still teach them the religion. So I can sacrifice with money. Someone can sacrifice with his efforts. So he does much effort. He makes self-study. He or she, they work on themselves hardly, in a very hard way. They sleep like 3 hours, 4 hours for the sake of the work. They seek the knowledge so they can do effort. As Zayd ibn Thabit, he learned the Hebrew in 15 days. 15 days he learned a new language, and he became an expert in this new language. And he was a kid, 15 years old. You know? So that's effort. You can sacrifice with a lot of things, but the person needs to seek the guidance of Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala. So they went, خرجوا مشاة إلى البحر فاستأجروا سفينة هاجروا بها الحبشة. They went on their feet. They did not have any rides, camels, horses, or anything, and they rented a ship to travel to Abyssinia to have this long journey. Even some women, one of them became one of the wives of the Prophet ﷺ, who's Salama radiallahu anha. Salama, she's given the story of the first migration, and she says about this, لما ضاقت علينا مكة وأوذي أصحاب رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وفتنوا ورأوا ما يصيبهم من البلاء والفتنة في دينهم وأن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لا يستطيع دفع ذلك عنهم وكان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم في منعة من قومه وعمه لا يصل إليه شيء مما يكره مما ينال أصحابه فقال لهم رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إن بأرض الحبشة ملكا لا يظلم أحد عنده فالحقوا ببلاده حتى يجعل الله لكم فرجا ومخرجا مما أنتم فيه. She's telling about the story of migration and reasons. Why did they migrate to Al-Habasha and they left their homes? And she says from the beginning, when it became so hard for the believers in Mecca and the messengers or the companions of the Prophet ﷺ, they got hurt so much and they were tested severely regarding their deen. They had fitna in their religion. And Prophet ﷺ was unable to protect them. He's alone, ﷺ. And he wasn't able to protect them. He doesn't have an army. Jihad wasn't legal at that time. Jihad became illegal in Medina after the migration to Medina. And Prophet ﷺ had some protection from his uncle because his uncle was Abu Talib and he has this, position and rank in the community. So they still heard the Prophet ﷺ, but the weak, they got a lot of hurt. And because of the majority of the followers of the Prophet ﷺ, they were from the weak people. They were from the weak people. They don't have someone to guard them or to protect them. So Prophet ﷺ, he said to them something very important. He said to them, in Habasha there is a king. That king is a just king. That king, if anyone goes to him, he doesn't allow any kind of oppression happens to people who go and stay there. So he achieves justice, even if he's kafir. So today, when you talk about nowadays, you could find this in some places that the kuffar, but they defend the truth. And they try to uncover this truth and show this truth and make it clear for the whole world. And you could see this in some countries. And because of this, you could have their ambassador, kicked out, driven away from the whole, country, as what happened in South Africa and some, countries who talk about Palestine and Gaza, what happens, and the truth and this case and so on. And the same moment, we still as Arabs, we still as Muslims, we have our ambassadors in the state of Israel. We still have our ambassadors there. We still have the relationship. And they kill our brothers and sisters, and they, the brothers, they're starving, and they have severe hunger, and they die because of this. They have nothing to do with food or anything, supplies of life, and we still watch this, and we still have the relationship and everything with that country. And subhanallah, so in some kafir countries, they have the justice. Who knows the people of knowledge? Prophet ﷺ is the one who told them. So he said to them, go to this till Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala makes you a way out so that you can get the relief. It's not a permanent stay there, that you stay there forever, because it's not good for Muslims to live in a non-Muslim country. It's not good for them. It's temporary stage or level. Sometimes, or one day, you will marry, and then you will have family, you will have kids, and it's gonna be so dangerous to make sure that those kids, they're raised in the Islamic way and so on. So it's a temporary. Who told us that? Prophet ﷺ, he said to them, you're gonna go there till Allah makes you a way out. He gives you the relief, gives you the good time, the good place, the nasr, tawfiq, hidayah, guidance, the victory, so that you can have a peaceful place in your lands, in the Muslim lands, so you're not minorities anymore. You become the majority. The majority are Muslims. You can have adhan. You can hear adhan. Subhanallah. You can read Quran loudly. You can do whatever you want regarding your religion. You announce your religion freely. When you have that, you will go back. And that's what happened. By the way, people who migrated to Al-Habasha, some of them stayed till they came in the 8th year or 7th year. 7th year after the migration of the Prophet to Medina. You're talking about over 10 years. 10 years they spent, over 10 years they spent in Habasha, then they went to Prophet ﷺ in Medina. Why? Because now it's the suitable time. This is the place of Islam, the land of Islam, the city of Islam, the state of Islam, and so on. So we go there, the Muslim land, Muslim ruler, and everything is Islamic. So I need to take care of my kids and myself there. Because whatever you see in the non-Muslim country, the freedom, for example, the organizations, and they organize everything, they're more organized, they're more lovely or kindful. At the end of the day, kufr is kufr. You will see kufr everywhere. And you become unable to have, the spirit of Islam in the non-Muslim land. So that's why it's temporary for those who live in these lands, that they stay there for a temporary time, so that they go back to teach their kids and their families the religion. Salama, she says, فَخَرَجْنَا إِلَيْهَا أَرْسَالًا. We went to Al-Habasha in groups, حتى اجتمعنا بها, till we were gathered there. فنزلنا بخير دار إلى خير جار أمنا على ديننا ولم نخش منه ظلما. So we went to one of the best places. It was very safe for us, and it was very safe for our religion, and we did not fear the oppression. That's important. If you travel one day to any place, you ask about your religion. That's what she mentioned. You know, am I going to practice my religion freely? Is my religion going to be safe freely or not? Enough safe or not? If my religion is not safe, so it's not allowed for me to stay in this country. If I cannot teach them the religion, send them to the Islamic school and teach them the principles of Islam, even they go to the public school or they make a house school or a home school, they need to learn the religion. If I cannot do something like this, and my religion is not safe because of the friends and the community, the environment, so I'm not allowed to bring my family because the religion is number one. And then the oppression. I can practice my religion freely and no one can oppress me. So there are two things that we need to understand very well. We learn from this that the leader can tell, the wise leader can tell his people the right decisions and the right things they need to do. So he told them about Al-Habasha. So he had knowledge about this. He knows the knowledge of people, he knows the knowledge of the environment and what's going on in the world and what's the best place, what is the good place, the suitable place that Muslims can go there. So the leader is a leader. He has his tasks and he's doing his job in the right way. We learn from this that security of the religion is the most important thing, and then the protection from the injustice comes after that, and this is what Salama said. We need also to understand that this situation gives us the guidance for the one who wants to migrate. The hijrah could be permissible to that place that you go, or it could be sometimes wajib, that you have to leave because back home you cannot practice your religion. You know, they make me problems because of my beard. They take me to the national security, for example, whenever they see me on the road. So, and they threaten my life. So I need to travel. I need to find another place to practice my religion freely, and no one can oppress me. Sometimes hijrah becomes haram, becomes prohibited. So if you intend to travel to any place in which you cannot practice your religion. So it depends on the place that you're going to and the intention that you want to travel. Inshallah, we talk about the situation of Abu Bakr. Abu Bakr tried to migrate as well, but somebody, he showed up and he told him, you're not going to travel, I'm going to give you the guardianship. He's called Ibn Daghina. So we will see that situation and what happened after that. And then we see the second migration to Al-Habasha. Why did it happen again, the reasons and all of this, we will study it inshallah in the next time. نسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يغفر لنا ذنوبنا وإسرافنا في أمرنا وأن يثبت أقدامنا وأن ينصرنا على القوم الكافرين. اللهم اهدنا واهد بنا واجعلنا سببا لمن اهتدى واجعلنا هداة مهتدين. اللهم خذ بنا واصينا إليك أخذ الكرام عليك. اللهم أعنا على ذكرك وشكرك وحسن عبادتك. اللهم إنا نسألك صدق التوكل عليك وحسن الظن بك. اللهم ارفع عن إخواننا في غزة الظلم والعدوان يا رب العالمين. اللهم ارفع عن إخواننا في فلسطين كلها الظلم والعدوان. اللهم أنجهم بفضلك وكرمك وجودك يا أكرم الأكرمين ويا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم أنجي إخواننا المستضعفين في فلسطين وفي كل مكان، واحقن دماء المسلمين في السودان وفي كل مكان يا رب العالمين، وردنا إلى دينك مردا جميلا. وصلى وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم.